really, really keen to listen to the voices of the communities and the businesses, particularly around what impacts we may have in the valley. And we worked closely with a number of our key stakeholders, and that was a really, really fruitful relationship to have. Working with them to understand key points in any given year when, quite frankly, it was a no-go to carry out any works on that road. And we were able to spread our programme, with the luxury of spreading our programme over 2 years, in order to ensure that not only could the contractors be mobilised in the right way, but also in a sympathetic way.
It was always going to be difficult just due to the nature of the work, and it being one road and a very, very long diversion, which is a problem almost unique, I believe, in England to Cumbria. So knowing exactly when the road was going to close, how long it was going to be shut for, why it had to be shut, because learning that things can't always happen under traffic lights for various safety reasons is important as well as frustrating.
We would all meet up together and they would say what they were proposing, and we'd be saying, well, that week goes over half term, so that would, we really don't want road closures over half term, and they'd suggest something else. And maybe if there was a big event, there's a lot of big trail races and things in the area, if there's one of them going on, we'd say, oh, there's going to be thousands of people coming down the lane, that would be a bad time to do it. So we've been able to sort of work with the contractors, work with the council, get the timing so it's as least disruptive as possible, and to have that point of contact as well. So when things haven't gone right, if signage has been wrong or anything's happened, straight away you can get to somebody who can do something about it.
Works have to happen, and yet if we know a year in advance that we are not going to have a road open past us for 3-4 weeks, that means we can plan for that, and that makes a huge difference to us making not as much of a loss as we do. And keeps everybody just happier and on side. There's definitely a feeling as though if we're involved we can do it better, and make sure the right decisions are made at the right time. Listening to the people that live there, they're likely to know things that other people don't. One of the useful feedbacks I know they got on the Kirkstone Pass when they were replacing the railings is, please don't build a wall there because the water runs off the road and the snow blows off the road. And we now have a lovely crash barrier there, so the water can still run off the road, the snow can still blow off the road. And somebody designing something wouldn't necessarily have had that without feedback from the community. It wasn't like that kind of top-down, heavy-handed, sort of like, this is what's happening and you've got to put up with it. The emotions have been much lower, the communication's been much better, and just feeling listened to. Yeah, that sort of personal touch, it does make a big difference. It does help you feel better about something that you maybe don't actually have very much control over at all. It's the uncertainty that really gets you going. But I think community power would create certainty, better communication, less stress, and making sure the job's done better. We did depart from what probably was our standing operating model with the A592 project. And it's really becoming a benchmark for how do we undertake major infrastructure projects, working with communities. Clearly there were some things that we couldn't do, but on the whole, when we worked with them, we always found a compromise. And I'm really proud of the fact that the teams were able to deliver a project of this scale with very, very little impact on both communities and on businesses.